Hi guys, it's Dan. I am really sick and I'm really tired, but I have an iced coffee, so it is all good. There's nothing to worry about. This makes everything better. I am ready to tell you guys another story about this racist guy who pulled out a knife on me, like tried to stab me, tried to get in like a fist fight with me all over a parking spot. This is why, like, I'm kind of, like, done with society. Like, you're gonna try to stab me over a fucking parking spot? And before anybody even, like, tries to, like, attempt to say this story is fake, I have live footage up in this bitch. Like, I have full-out proof of this guy being racist and starting shit and being disgusting. And that's another thing. If you guys are easily, like, offended, triggered, like, anything by racism, please do not watch this video. It is disgusting and it is, like, absolutely sickening to see people that are like this, but it's how some people are, and that's what's gonna be in this video. So if you guys are easily triggered, please don't watch. So I told you guys before that I work for family in a parking lot for a concert venue. So like, say anyone famous comes to the city, like wants to perform, they go into the venue and I park cars for them. So we can tell what crowd it's going to be by whoever's performing. So like this night we knew that it was gonna be a rowdy crowd. Like I'm talking rowdy, like getting ready to fight, like popping pills, like Molly, like drunk off their ass, like people, like whatever. So we knew that we had to be ready for everything. So this guy pulled into the parking lot and like I already knew he was gonna be a problem just because in the back of his pickup truck he had like 5,000 different stickers, and like they were like Trump 2016 stickers, Confederate flag stickers, like something about like liberal tears or stickers, whatever the fuck, and like legalized guns, or like something about like no gun laws, or like whatever, you know, like that person, that people, we all know who they are. Whatever, I don't give a fuck about your political views, just give me your money and park. I really don't care. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and then we're good. So this guy pulled up and I knew what to expect, so I started talking to him. I was really calm and I was really nice and I really didn't want any problems with this guy. So I started talking to him. It was $15 to park all night. If you're not from the city, $15 is really cheap, especially to park all night, because there's no parking in the city for one. Two, there's a parking lot up the street that's $4 per half hour. So like if you stay for 2 hours, that's like $16, and that's even more expensive than what we are, and like we're all night, so why wouldn't you park at our lot? Whatever. So this guy pulled up, I started talking to him, I'm like, okay, it's $15, you can stay here pregame before you go on the concert, come out and do whatever you have to do. It's $15 for all night. And like, as soon as I said the price, he started to get like shook, and like he looked over at his girlfriend in the passenger seat and then his friend, and like they're like, do I park here? Like they were like confused whether to park here, and like they were surprised by the price, which is like annoying because there's a sign outside before you pull into the parking lot saying it's $15 all night. So why the fuck would you pull in to a parking lot knowing it's $15 when you know that you're not gonna pay, or you know you're gonna have a problem with the price? So this guy was holding up a line. Like I said, it's a concert venue, so there are like a lot of people, and it is like you have to be fast because you will cause traffic jams and you will cause this, you will cause that. So you have to get all the cars in fast, and you don't have time to sit there and talk to people. Like, as mean as that sounds, like we need to get you in and out, or else we're gonna cause traffic jams. Like people, like it's gonna be bad. So I told this guy was causing like a line. There was like a line of like 10 cars trying to get in because this guy was holding me up because he didn't know whether he was gonna park or not. So I was like, okay, like you can get situated. Keep in mind, I was being nice, by the way. Like I wasn't being a fucking asshole. Like it's hard to believe that I was being nice to this guy. I was like, okay, sir, you could park right next to me. You can talk to your friend, like get situated, whatever. I'm just gonna get all these other cars while you make up your mind. And that's a common thing for us to do. Like if people are like don't know what they're gonna do, like you just park them here and then get them later. So I get all the cars, like 20 minutes pass, and I don't understand why it takes 20 minutes to decide whether you're gonna park or not, but it did for this guy. So I go back up to his car and I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Are you gonna park? Like, are you ready to pay? Ready to go in? What's going on? Like, I just keep asking him what he's doing. So he starts like getting mad at me, and like he starts getting all defensive and like offended and shit, like because I'm like rushing him or whatever the fuck he's talking about. Like as soon as I asked him what was going on and what he was doing, like he got like really like pissed at me, and he's like, why are you rushing me? I'm not in a rush, whatever, like going off. And as soon as like he went off for me asking what's going on, I knew that he was on like some sort of pill. I knew that he was fucked up out of his mind. Like he didn't even know what was going on. Like how are you gonna get like raged at me for asking what's going on when you're in my parking lot without paying? You know what I'm saying? So I just need this guy's money, and then he can get the fuck out and do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I just need his money so I can get everything else situated. So he starts like telling me $15 is way too expensive. I'm not paying $15. There's no way it's $15. And I knew that this guy wasn't from the city, because like, if you think $15 is expensive for the city, then like, you're not from the city. He's like, I'll pay you $5 at the most. And I'm like, sir, if you don't want to pay $15, you can go up the street and pay $4 and stay for a half hour, because that's what it is up the street. It's $4 per half hour. So if you don't want to pay $15, you don't have to park here, just go up the street. So he starts like going off, no, I'm not parking up the street. I'm parking here. My friends are here. Like, he's like really raged out for some reason, and I don't know why, because I am being really fucking nice, but he's like raged out for some reason, and I know he's on like pills or whatever the fuck gets you raged, like maybe he's on steroids, I don't fucking know. So he starts like getting fucked up, and I'm like, he's like, I want to speak to your manager. Little does he know I am the manager, like I run this whole operation here. So I'm like, sir, I am the manager, and I am like smiling, I'm like being how I am right now, like I'm like, sir, calm down, like you're about to go in a concert and have fun, whatever. I'm gonna speak to somebody else, because like he was so fascinated on not paying $15, and like we were going against each other about how he had to pay, So I called my other guys up here. There was like 4 other guys working with me. So I called like another guy, and like I started talking to him, and this guy that I called over is like really buff, like he's from the hood, like he's like, he told me stories about like how like they like would like fight like for fun, and like how he had to carry a gun. He'll fuck anybody up who looks at him the wrong way. So he starts fucking with him, and the guy gets out of his car and like is like standing up talking to this guy. Keep in mind, like I started backing up. As soon as this guy got out of his car, I didn't want no parts of that. Like, I really didn't want to get into a fight today. I really didn't want a knife pulled out on me, but you know what? You don't always have your fucking way, do you? So he starts fighting with them. Like, they're literally fucking screaming back and forth. And my guy that I work with is telling him, okay, you need to get the fuck out of here. Like, leave right now. And he's like, I want to talk to the manager, because like I told him I was the manager before. So he starts coming up to me, and like he literally fucking like starts pushing me, and like I'm like, okay, no, this is fucked up. You ain't gonna fucking touch me today. So I start pushing him back. I'm like, get the fuck back to your car and get the fuck away from me. Get out. I ain't even accepting your money. I don't even want your fucking $15. You're gonna get the fuck out of here. As soon as I start pushing him like back towards his car and like getting in his face, because I really like, I'm not fucking scared of you, because I have like 4 other employees here that will fight for me. So so like I started like being all big and shit, and I'm like, even though like I knew like I was gonna get beat the fuck up, like if I was by myself, this guy was like big, by the way. This guy was like fucking huge. He would literally fucking like flick me, and I would go flying 10 miles. But I was like acting big because I knew that like the 4 other different guys that were like working with me would like fight for me. So like I was like, get the fuck out of here, bitch, I'll fuck you up, like, you know. So I started pushing him back towards his car, and like he starts like, now he's like full out swinging, like throwing his fist. And I was like, he started throwing his fist up. I fucking put my hands up like that, and like he was like punching my arm, and I was going like that, like pushing away his punches, and like I started fucking swinging back. And my coworker that I had talked to him before like went up from behind him and grabbed him and like threw him out of the way. Like I said, this guy, both of these guys are huge. Like my coworker is huge, and the guy that wanted to fight me is huge. So my coworker literally gets this guy and fucking throws him like up against the hood of his car, and like gets him the fuck away from me. And his friend that's in the passenger seat gets a fucking knife and like starts like coming at me with a fucking knife. This is when like I called every single employee that I had with me. I was like, okay, let's go. Like I need all of you guys here. There's a fucking knife involved. They're throwing fists. I need everyone here now. So all my employees started running towards me, like running fucking toward, like trying to protect me, like trying to get this fucking guy with the knife. The guy that tried to fist fight me is still on the hood of the car because my coworker is holding him down. Now I just need everyone to get this fucking guy with the knife away from me, his friend that was in the car with him. And I'm like, this is fucked up. So my other employee gets the fucking knife out of his hand and throws it in the street, and then gets the guy that was holding the knife and throws him on the fucking ground and like puts his foot on his neck. And my other guys are like on top of him, like tackling him and stuff. And the guy with the knife was smaller. I could beat him up. Like he wasn't as big as the other guy. So like That's probably why he had a knife. But like, bitch, you're dumb as shit. Like, I have other guys working for me, whatever. So the guys that are working for me are black, and I'm only saying that because this guy was racist and had problems with them for some reason. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So they start like screaming profanity, and they're like, oh, you ... I'm not gonna say the word. I'm not racist. So they're like, you ... ruin this neighborhood. Every time one of you come in here, you ruin the neighborhood. Like, completely saying disgusting racist shit, and like, it's so fucked up. And I will insert the live footage here.
Every neighborhood a nigger moves in, it gets fucking ruined. You can't figure that out, you fucking dickhead jerk-off.
She almost got hit by a car.
They can't figure it out, you fucking...
Oh.
They can't figure it out.
This is the fucking shit I see, guys. I'm telling you.
I am so bad at blurring faces, so I don't know what you guys just seen. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, so as you guys can see, this guy was disgusting, like screaming like profanity, and then his fucking bitch ass girlfriend almost got hit by a car. I don't know if you guys seen that. If you guys didn't see that, just rewind the live footage. This fucking bit, like, all you see is that the Uber driver like slam on his, like, come speeding down the street and then slam on his brakes, and because his fucking girlfriend just walked in the middle of the street without looking. It was the funniest shit, and this guy just kept going on and on and on and on. I actually got his friend that pulled the knife on me arrested, by the way. I guess he was like really fucked up, like completely fucked up. I took my uniform off, like we have a jacket that we have to wear, like a neon yellow jacket, so I took that off and like was walking around pretending like I was like going to the concert. And the guy who pulled the knife like came up to me and started asking me for directions because he was so fucked up out of his mind. Like, he couldn't, like, he was asking me, he was like, okay, so where's the concert venue? Like, with his eyes like where's the concert venue? Like, fucked up out of his mind. And I'm like, the concert venue was right next to us, but I wasn't gonna tell him that. I was telling him, like, I was pointing him in the direction of the cops because I wanted to get him arrested, and he did, and it was so satisfying. Like, that's probably fucked up. Actually, no, it's not fucked up. That guy tried to stab the shit out of me. So like, I was like, all right, you see that car right there? Yeah, just ask that guy, like, ask him where, like, you have to go, because like, he's the guy in charge of this all. It was a fucking cop that I sent him to. It's like illegal to be like publicly intoxicated or like publicly under the influence. Uber is a big thing because like you can't, like, if you're completely fucked up out of your mind, you can't walk home because you will get arrested for a public intoxication. So I knew that this would happen. So I sent him towards the cop to ask for directions, and the cop gets out of his fucking car and like starts like flashing a flashlight into his eye, like to see his pupils. And like, he obviously was intoxicated. So like, he had him like do the whole 9 that you have to do to like prove that you're drunk or whatever. All I saw was the cop like get like bags of something and like put it on the dash, like the typical like shit that you see in Cops, like the TV show Cops, like how they put like the bags of junks on the hood or whatever. I don't know exactly what he got arrested for. I'm assuming he got arrested for possession and public intoxication because he was obviously publicly drunk, and the cop was taking shit out of his pocket and putting it on the dash, which means it's illegal. So I'm assuming that's what he got arrested for. I did not want to go up to the cop and ask him what he got arrested for. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even tell me. But he got arrested, he got handcuffs put on him, and he got put into the cop car. And the guy and his girlfriend eventually got in an Uber and left. And yeah, so that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you did, please subscribe, because I make fucked up story times all the time. Like, there's never a dull moment in my life. I can't avoid any of this drama. I really can't avoid anything. Like, there's always shit that's gonna follow me. So yeah, subscribe if you like it. Please leave this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below because I love talking to you guys. My DMs on Twitter are also open. I will leave all the links down below to my social medias. I hope you guys have a great day. I love you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye.